The American lion was more than just an animal. It was a ghost of wild nature, a phantom fashioned of golden fire and shadow. It was a silent emperor of a vanished kingdom that once roamed the wide regions of ancient North America. This monster prowled beneath a limitless sky, its muscles rippling like waves beneath the sun, its stare as terrible as the storm. Before the first great cities emerged, before men's hands engraved stories into stone. It was bigger, stronger, and a creature created by the most vicious hands in nature than any lion the contemporary world has ever seen. It was a gigantic based on its bones. It was the largest lion to ever walk the earth. Standing at about 4 feet at the shoulder and more than 8 feet long, and weighing close to 1,200 pounds. It was more than just large. It was a colossus among predators, surpassing even the best African lions of today. With its body disappearing into the ground, it hunted with a silent brutality, a master of ambush, with the golden grasslands as its ally. When patience could entice prey into its eager jaws, it didn't need to chase. It carried the confidence of a creature that had never experienced fear, until the world itself turned against it, and the weight of dominion with every step. A kingdom of giants inhabited the region it called home. There were unthinkable creatures during the Pleistocene era, including bear-sized sloths that clawed at trees, massive herds of ancient bison that rushed across the plains, and mammoths that rocked the ground with every step. Nevertheless, the American lion remained unopposed even in the presence of such titans. Few could match its power. Despite traveling in groups and possessing strong jaws, the dire wolves were afraid to confront a mature lion by themselves. Even the lion's wrath could not spare the short-faced bear, an ancient fear of might and power that loomed like a nightmare. The American lion was the silent executioner of this realm of blood and bone. Despite having the same name as lions, experts continue to disagree over how closely Panthera atrox resembled contemporary lions. Some people think it was an ancient cousin that developed to adapt to the harsh environments of ancient America, a direct relative of the African and Asiatic lions that still roam the planet today. According to some, it was something more, a separate branch of the big cat family, perhaps with a closer kinship to jaguars. With larger limbs and a bone structure resembling that of modern lions, it may have been a quicker and more nimble hunter than its contemporaries. The American lion is thought to have been a lone predator, a lone king silently dominating its realm, in contrast to the prides of Africa. From the icy regions of Alaska to the warm, humid regions of Peru, fossils of the American lion have been discovered throughout a wide swath of the continent. Some of the best documented bones of the predator that formerly hunted North America's megafauna have been preserved at the La Brea tar pits in California. Some of these fossils exhibit evidence of struggle, such as the presence of scavengers and dire wolves that preyed on lions that had become caught in the sticky traps of nature. However, glimpses of something more eerie are also there. Deep scratches on the stone walls of some caves indicate that these enormous cats once took refuge there, leaving behind a farewell message as they carved their marks into the ground like ghosts. However, even rulers have to fall. The country started to alter as the Ice Age loosened its hold. The lion's world diminished, along with the enormous mammoths and bison, as forests spread across the broad plains. However, the arrival of something much smaller, weaker, and immeasurably more dangerous was what ultimately brought down the great cat, not only the shifting ground. People had arrived. Just another lethargic, weak animal that hardly merits the lion's attention. But they did something that had never been done by a beast. They collaborated. They made weapons out of fire and sharpened stone rather than claws or fangs. They waited, studied, and learned the habits of their adversaries. When the time came, they used arrows and spears rather than teeth or talons, acting with guile rather than force. For thousands of years, the American lion had ruled without opposition. However, it had never encountered such a foe. They perished one by one, famished by a shifting landscape, and pursued by animals that ought to have been prey, but had evolved into something more. The earth had moved on without them by the time the wind had blown away the final echoes of their roars. The greatest lion in history was extinct 11,000 years ago. Legends, however, do not die so quickly. There are whispers even now. Tales narrated in low tones, in isolated locations where the mountains are wild and the woodlands are dense. There are stories of a large cat that are only visible in flashes, a shadow that moves through the trees, a presence that can be sensed in the most remote areas of the wild. They are dismissed as myths by the skeptics, but myths are frequently constructed from facts that are too tenacious to change. Maybe the American lion is indeed extinct, its bones reduced to dust and buried under the weight of centuries, or maybe something of it still remains, a glimmer of its previous grandeur, a phantom of the empire it once ruled, in the world's dark corners, in the valleys that haven't been touched by humans. Because the lion's spirit continues to prowl and wait long after it has disappeared, observing, through the breeze, whispering. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more interesting videos.